Welcome friends, this is Online Math with Amazing Math with Praise. Let's quickly consider this data set. And with this data set, we are going to construct uh, our class interval, our class mark, our class boundary, uh, cumulative frequency, and frequency table. Without wasting much of our time, this is on group data set. This is on group data set. And we construct the information following. Uh, And how do you, from this place, construct your? I would love to use this place for rough work. Is that okay? I would love to use this place for rough work. And the choices of your your sorry, the choices of your class interval is all dependent on you. Otherwise provided, because in some cases the class interval might be given to you. But in a scenarios where you are not provided with class interval, you can determine the length of your class interval. Basically, because of my size of the board, I will make my class interval to be 5. So let's get into it. How do you construct your class interval? You take the range of your data set. By closely looking, the highest number here is 40, 57, and the lowest is 13. So you take the range. The range simply means the difference between the large number and the least number. Is that okay? You have your 57 minus your the lowest for data set, and it's going to be 44. So at this place, you will decide how many lengths of your class interval you want to have. Me, I will love it to be 5 because of the size of my board. I therefore have 8.8. You can approximate it to 9. So the unit of my data set is 9, and this automatically becomes my width. You can call this one class what width. Is that okay? You can call it your class width. Okay, let's try to construct uh, our class boundary, class mark, and the rest. I start with class interval. This is my class interval. I have done ruling my numbers. Okay, I have done ruling my columns. I will have class interval, class boundary, class marks, daily, and frequency and cumulative frequency. How do you construct your class interval with this weights? So you start with the lowest. Our lowest is 13. So you start with the lowest, which is 13, 13 to 21. Then you start 22. You start 22, 22 towards to 30. You have 31 towards to 39. Is that okay? 31 to 39, 40. You have from 40 to 48. Then 49 towards to 57. Is that okay? So in all of this, what do you want? What will you do? You have done constructing your what? Your class interval. So what that simply means is that all of these things fall in between those lines, those interval. Do you understand? Now, how do we go about it? You come to this. You check from 13 to 21. How many of your data set fall in between this one? If you can't, you have 13, you have 13, you have 13. If you do very well, you're going to have 9. Yeah. And by tally, you know how it is, right? For you stroke the fifth one. All right. This is your 9. Then you come to this. How many data sets fall under this? That is 21 to 20, 22 towards to your 30. So if you also do that very well, check round, you have what? Check, you have 7. You come under this. How many data sets fall under 30 to 39? So you go round, you still have 7 in this place. Come under here, you still have what? You still have 4, and you still have 1. Is that okay? So you construct your tree. Uh, you have your what? Your 2, same thing here, and this. Okay, how do we construct our class boundary? You construct this class boundary such as 12.5 to 21.5. Here, 21.5 to 30.5. 30.5 to 39.5. 39.5 to 48.5. 48.5 to 57. How do you get your class mark? Class mark is just the average of your class interval. The average of your class was class interval, and you have 13 plus 21 divided by 2, and it is 34 divided by 2 equals to what? 17. So you put it here. Is that okay? If you do for this one, you have 26. And if you do for the other one, this one, you have what? 35. And if you also do for this guy, you have 44. If you do for this one, you have what? 53. Okay, let me give you a short code on how to get this one without adding that. Remember, your class width is 9. So once you have gotten your first class marks, you can simply add in 9 to all of them. You can add 9 to this, you have this. Add 9 to this, you add 9 to this, you have this. Add 9 to this, you add 9 to this, you still have this one. And how do we get our frequency, our cumulative frequency? Like I said, the first one maintains itself. Then the second one, you start adding 9 times 9 plus 7 is 16. Plus 7, 23. Plus 7 plus 4, 27. Then plus 1, 28. In essence, the total of whatever it is here or whatever it is here, because if you sum this, you still have this column, must be amount to what we have here. I hate counting of whatever data you have. If you count this very well, you also have 28. Thank you very much. That is how to construct your class mark, your class boundary, your frequency table, and cumulative frequency. See you in my next class. Bye bye.